You're not even out there. You specifically are not even out there. You want us out there? You want us out there? Before Renee, there was a black man that was murdered by off-duty ICE agents. What's his name? Quickly now, don't look it up. What was his name? So many of you that keep saying some version of this very same thing. And it doesn't escape me that you do so from the comfort of your homes. Our ancestors put their bodies on the front line to make change because they decided that they would rather die standing on their feet than be killed in their homes doing nothing. It's not just that you think nothing will change until we come out there. It's that you're too afraid to do what needs to be done out there. Privilege is a comfort that far too many of you are unwilling to forego. We will not put our black bodies on the line so that the majority of you can sit back in the comfort of your privilege and the comfort of white male patriarchy that has coddled you for far too long. And by the way, let's just keep it a buck here. We can't even get you all to boycott properly. The simple things that it requires to tear down this administration, you're not even willing to do that right. There will come a day when you will have no choice but to listen to black women. My fear is that then it'll be far too late.
Black people, you've made your point. Change in America can't happen without black folks. We need y'all back in the fight. Please and thank you. Aw, do the minorities and white people realize without black Americans, nothing is really going to succeed? But in reality, you don't want black Americans because we see how you guys view us when we try and run for office. You guys only see us as cattle and fodder to your cause. You want us to be on the front lines because you know it can get aggressive, shit will turn up, and you guys don't really care about our voice though. And we have had enough of that. And still seeing how you guys are acting in 2026 with Jasmine Crockett tells us everything. You guys don't want us to be in leadership positions. You guys just want us to be on the front lines. It is no different than the world wars when they put the black people on the front lines. That's all you guys see us, no matter what side, whether it's on the left or on the right. You guys want black people on the front lines and you want them to put their lives on the line. And enough is enough. You need to fix your own problems and fix your own people and have them finally wake up and stop voting against their best interests. But are you going to do that? No, because you want us to do all your fucking ground and dirty work.
Come there, let's meet there. And all of you need to be arming yourselves in one way or another, whether that's physically or mentally. You need to be ready. There is no talking to evil. There's no having conversations and figuring out things with evil people. And I know you guys don't want to think about fellow people as evil. But guys, villains have always existed and they always will, unless we do something about them. And we all know that words will do nothing. Peaceful protest at this point should just be left to black Americans who can sit on their couches while we are in the streets fucking things up like we should be. Because the buck stops here. I don't care if I'm the only fucking one. I'm going to do something about this myself because I have the means and it was gifted to me at birth. Because that's how this administration works. That's how this country works. I will be looked at with more compassion. I will be on the front lines while they're trying to talk this through with me because they think that we have some sort of kinship because we're white.
Peyton gets it. Shouts out to Peyton. His name is Peyton Vanest. Vanest. He gets it. He's literally doing a call to action for his fellow Wh1te Americans saying, hey, meet me in D.C. this day, this time. Come prepared. Black Americans, the only one that needs to be peacefully protesting at home from their couch. Because he knows that his skin color is a form of protection. So for everybody else to be telling us to get out there and fight against ICE for whatever reason, illegal immigration, knowing damn well that they would love for us to be out there to use us for target practice is diabolical, especially when we have been at the forefront, our ancestors, our lineage, and us, because we've been protesting too, present, like in modern times, we've been at the forefront of every situation when it comes to injustice, especially as it pertains to law enforcement. So when, like, They do need to show up. I've been saying this from the beginning. From the beginning. Like, we don't need to, they need to show up. They need to get as mad as they did on January 6th. Period. Because I don't think that any of us needs to be risking our lives to go out there at this time. Now, if ever comes a point when we need to, then we will put boots to the ground. We know how. We've been doing it for centuries. But to see other black people, other black Americans in particular, calling us lazy, denigrating us, talking down on us because we as a collective are saying, hey, we're not going to go out there. This is not our fight. It's utterly diabolical. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Shouts out, once again, shouts out to Peyton Vanis, because he know what's going on.
So, I came across these videos of white people telling black people that they have made their point and that change in America will not happen without the black folks. We need you all in the field. We need you all in the fight. And they were like, please and thank you. Another one said, I get it that the 92% is tired and it is not going to get right until you all come out, but I understand your positions. And I'm glad because they understand the positions of the blacks. For you guys to think it is okay to tell the blacks that you want them back in the fight, what exactly do you want? Now, that's my question. You want them back in the fight so you can pretend again that they haven't done anything for you. You know, majority of them are all in their houses, sitting down and not going out. They are not going anywhere. But they want the blacks, the fighters, to come out and save them, right? You know, I love the white Peyton guy. You guys watched the Peyton guy. He understands the assignment, sincerely, and I love him so much. He really does understand the assignment. Anyways, let's get into the videos and I'll be right back.
Y'all don't get upset with me, but I like to always keep things in terms of like an eagle eye perspective, a very larger scale perspective. You know, rest in peace to Renee Good. Hear me out. And this is really unfortunate. If you are black, you know that we've been dealing with this kind of thing all of our lives. And so it's not to shift any of the heartache tied into and associated with this, by no means. That, you know, as far as I'm concerned, when one person suffers, all of us suffer. Wanted to take this moment and highlight, because I think this is what's missing, right? A part of this entire thing, Trump being elected, all of the fallout, all of the demonic shit that we're seeing happen, a part of it is because this is all necessary to balance out society and bring destruction to the existing system. We can call it an administration, but it is a regime. And oftentimes, America in general is just ran like a regime, whether you have an awareness of it or not. The difference is with Trump, yes, there's a high level of inhumane behavior, judgments. Like, it's a gang of shit going on right now, right? But aside from that, so many people believe that this was a class war, a race war, and it has been that. But what you've been distracted from is the bottom line, that you're all fucked. I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on. And it's unfortunate that so many people have been colonized, programmed, I want to say institutionalized, because you have to be incarcerated in your own mind to sit here and believe that this type of shit is acceptable because you sit on one side of the aisle, because you support red or blue, but you talk about black people in gangs. So I want to take this opportunity to highlight that there is no race. There is no classism. This is about humanity versus inhumanity. And this is what it has taken for everybody to start knowing the experience of pain that's tied to inequity, injustice. You know, for a long time, it has only been Black people that have been the bottom of the societal totem pole. So when you watched us get taken out on your TV screens like it wasn't nothing, like we were common animals, like it was a New York rat, you know, it didn't too much bother you because it's been so normalized. And, you know, fast forward, we have all this economic hardship that's impacting everybody. And it's almost like the administration had to come in and level the playing field so that everybody could know what injustice feels like. Because too many people were reliant on money, access to wealth, stability, race, class as a means to avoid accountability related to humanity. If it didn't impact you, you didn't care. If it didn't bother you, you didn't give a damn. If it didn't touch your household, or if it wasn't something you couldn't relate to, didn't matter you none. And now everybody is seeing what it's like to experience injustice and pain, inequity, oppression, all of these things that was really specifically geared towards one group in this country this entire time. You could sprinkle some others in there, but we was the ones. We was them ones. Now we all them ones. And it's unfortunate. And so I'm just waiting for y'all to get mad enough.
And like, I'm just fucking curious, are we great yet? Are we fucking great yet? Are we a great country? Is this one? It's fucking great. Huh? Americans working their fucking ass off 50, 60 fucking hours a week to have nothing to show to it? Are we fucking great? Is America great where ICE agents are shooting citizens in the fucking street and the government's saying it's self-defense? Are we fucking great yet? Because what do you mean? I'm making the most money I've ever made in my life, and I'm struggling more than I was struggling 5 years ago unemployed. Are you so fucking serious? I'm having to overdraw my account every single week just to make ends meet, and that's mostly for fucking groceries. Okay? I have 4 fucking teenagers. Do you know what it's like trying to feed teenage boys? And I got one turning 15 today, and I have $6 fucking in my account. I can't get him a present. I can't get him a cake. I have another one whose first fucking basketball game is today. I was gonna take them out to dinner to celebrate the birthday and the basketball game, and I have no fucking money! But you know, the fucking family on food stamps, which I'm one of them. By the way, we have food stamps. I'm one of those families who would use her food stamps to fucking buy my 15-year-old birthday cake, but I don't even have any food stamps because of you fucking assholes! You think you're making America great because you're a fucking racist, bigoted dickwad. But all you're doing is hurting us, people like me, the working class families who are doing nothing but trying to achieve their own fucking American dream. And for what? And for what? For fucking greed.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I fear that America gonna be right back in it. Even if we fix this right now, America gonna be right back in this situation in like 2 generations. Because white people is not learning a lesson that they need to learn. They gonna have to Stanley Yell as they ass up that mountain like Madame Zeroni and atone for this shit. Because here's the thing. You may not have started the original curse, but you, your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, y'all have been feeding the curse generation after generation after generation, and we've been fighting that curse generation after generation after generation. Yes, I am 30 years old. I was right outside for Black Lives Matter. Until white people go up that mountain and atone for what they did. And this is the thing that's blowing my mind. Y'all keep saying Germany. Y'all keep pulling up pictures of German soldiers. Pull up them pictures of your grandparents outside them schools. Pull up the pictures of your great-grandparents at them picnics. Stop talking about Germany when they learned they playbook from a real specific group of motherfuckers who 2 generations they kids is looking at me on this goddamn app right now. Y'all are related to, in the same house as, and breaking bread with the motherfuckers that created this world that we live in today. And we warned you, and we warned you, and we warned you, and you warned you. But you know what? At this point, I don't give a fuck if they learn a lesson or not. I hate to say it, I'm just glad that everybody lives under state-sanctioned violence now. I'm just glad that we are not having to experience this alone. Welcome to America, bitch.
Until white supremacy is dismantled across the globe, there will never be peace. There will always be war, death in mass numbers, destruction, corruption, total chaos until it's dismantled. Mind you, they only make up 15% of the global population. The problem with that is the other 85%, the majority of them, side with them because it's profitable. They know the secrets, they hold them. And until they begin to tell the truth, until the lands are given back to its rightful owners, there will never be peace. You will always see war. Evil is in power, and they know it. That's why the racists are going to come to my comments with their bullshit. But they also know the truth. That's what they're fighting for right now. They don't want that truth out. They don't want to lose power. That's all they have. They don't have the numbers. It can literally be dismantled in a day because collectively that other 85% can destroy it. But they live in fear. They live with shackles that they put on themselves. Take them off. Tell the truth.
Okay, I want to put out a disclaimer. I am not putting these videos out there to stir up any form of hatred, animosity, or any form of discrimination. Okay? These videos I am sharing are just for educational purposes. I just needed to say that. All right? Great. So, I wish everyone will stand up and fight their battles and leave the black people alone. Like, leave the black people out of this. I love what the white guy, Peyton, talked about. He understands the place of the blacks. He understands what they have done in the past. And he's saying, no, they need to fight from their couches. They need to fight from their houses. They need to do the peaceful protest. And we, the white guys, need to be in the forefront of the battle. He understands the assignment, and sincerely, kudos to him. I give credit to him because he understands the assignment. And I wish all whites can reason the way he reasons. I wish they can reason with him. It is high time that they stood up and faced the issues plaguing the country. The blacks have been taken for granted for too long, and enough is enough. Sincerely, enough is enough. The blacks need to rest. They need to retreat and rest while you guys face. We have done our own part for centuries. We have fought, we have, stood up, we have spoken up for the country. It is time for the whites to be in the forefront. Period. Leave the blacks out of this, sincerely, because it is getting too much. It is getting too much. Anyways, guys, let's hear your views. Let's hear your comments. I'll be reading your comments down below. I need to hear what you guys have to say. Please share your comments. Let the discourse begin. What do you all think? Okay? And I want to give credit to all the original contents I have used on my platform today. Thank you, guys. Thank you for allowing us to use your content, and thank you so much. I also want to thank all my supporters, all my followers. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for loving me so much. I'm grateful. Have an amazing day, guys. Cheers.